What up, boys, and welcome back to yet another gold farm. So in today's video, we're once again looking at a farm that's extremely good steady gold, but it could also be a big payday if you choose to go with the RNG route. It's hard to understand, but I'm going to explain to you guys just exactly how that works. So if you love to make steady gold, this farm is great for you. If you love the RNG aspect of it, this farm is also great for you. Before we do that though, big thank you to every single one of you guys that has picked up the 0 to 10 million gold guide. The support means a lot to me. It's so cool to see that you guys are enjoying the gold guide and all of its updates. And if you guys are one of the people that have the gold guide and you enjoy it, you'll probably enjoy the VIP Discord too. It's something that I've put a lot of time into recently, and it's pretty much like a Patreon. Like if you join in, you get invited to this VIP Discord where all of my YouTube videos gets uploaded to it before they go public on YouTube. So you can kind of get ahead of the pack by watching the videos before everyone else. But there's also a bunch of exclusive stuff, like there's gold tips and shuffles and investment plans and a bunch of cool stuff. But you guys can read more about that with the links down below in the description. Now, today's farm is something that I've featured before. It's an Arakkoa feather farm, and it's extremely good. I'm going to explain to you guys just how good it is. But first of all, you can farm this at different locations, but because of, like, you don't want any downtime looting mobs, I prefer to do it down here at this camp, because you can constantly run in a circle and constantly kill and loot, while this camp right under Shatrat City is also extremely good. But there's different levels. You have to go up in the towers to kill mobs in order to get proper hyper spawns and so on. So I definitely prefer this location right here. And you can solo this, but if you want to get the big numbers, it's definitely going to be better in a group. Like, just to show you guys how insane the spawn is in a group, I'm going to show you guys a clip from my live stream. You can see there's like just heaps of dead mobs everywhere that you can loot, and you're just constantly running in a circle, killing. So yes, doing this in a group, even just bringing one guildie or one friend, is going to drastically increase your gold per hour. In fact, if you do this with 5 people with speed sets, like everyone is farming efficiently, you can get as many as 2,000 Arakkoa feathers an hour. Like, just on, if you get 2,000 Arakkoa feathers an hour, the feathers alone can be sold on the auction house for, well, as you can see, the lowest I've sold mine for is 19 gold, the highest 66,000 gold. So with that price, you'll make a minimum of 40,000 gold per hour in the feathers if you sell them at 19 gold. If I was able to sell all of mine for 66 gold, it would be like 130,000 gold an hour, right? Just in the feathers. Now, but the question is, like, why would people buy the feathers, right? Well, you should always sell them around the time of time walking for TBC, because time walking for TBC, you get 50% reputation. And that's one of the reasons, but only one of the reasons, why people buy the Arakkoa feathers, because they want to get reputation with the lower city, right? So they don't want to grind it out. They would rather just buy the feathers, get too exalted, yippee, right? You can only turn in the feathers until revered. This is very important, this last part, because we're going to walk into the RNG aspect of it. Because the reason why people buy the feathers is, yes, people want to buy them for reputation. But while you hand them in order to get reputation, you're doing that on a repeatable quest. Now, this repeatable quest takes place in, well, the lower city in Shatrat, and you turn in 30 of these feathers, and in return, you will get the Outcast case. And this bad boy right here contains unique looking transmog items. I've shown these sales many times on my YouTube channel, selling the boots for anywhere between 40,000 to above 100,000 gold each. The boots are kind of tough to get out of the bags, while the belts, they drop left and right. Every single bag is going to contain a belt. So there's a cloth, leather, mail, and plate type of each belt, and the same for the boots. So if you like RNG, you farm the leather, the feathers, and then you just hand in the feathers for the bags, and you hope that you're going to get some good transmog and you sell that, and that will normally once it has sold, make you more gold than straight up just selling the feathers. But a lot of people, they like to see an instant return on their time invested when they gold farm, so they prefer to sell the feathers. And there's also people speculating in this, buying the feathers, not because they need the reputation, but just so they can buy bags, get the transmog, sell them for a profit. On a very important note, though, like if you guys want to get the bags, right, you can start picking up the bags while being neutral with the lower city, no reputation. And you can hand in the bags until you hit revert, but then it stops. You can no longer turn in a single bag because it only works up until the revert. So that's a bad move, right? If you want to be able to have the option to turn in an unlimited amount of bags, you need to first get to revert with the lower city. So you got to go to the middle of the zone, run like one of the dungeons, get to revert, and once you've done that, you can hand in bags to Exalted and beyond. You can hand in as many bags as you want to. There's not going to be any cap on them. As long as you get to revert before you hand in any of the feathers at all, if that makes sense. So if you don't really care about that, just sell the feathers. If you want to do like me and turn in the feathers for bags, make sure that the tune you're turning it in on hits revert with the lower city before you turn in the bags. Or just send the feathers to one of your alts or your main tune that already has the lower city reputation on revert or exalted or whatever, right? So hopefully that made sense. But also when you're doing this farm, that's also an RNG aspect of the farm. There's a couple of green items from TBC that have a unique appearance that can drop from these guys, which is worth to sell as transmogs. More importantly, and even better, every single mob in the Burning Crusade in any zone can drop the world drop epics and also the plants, the epic plants. So while doing this farm, you're making guaranteed steady gold out of the Arakkoa feather, but you can also get stuff like the like Fellsteel, right? You can get Fellsteel Longblade, Fellsteel Reaper, like all of these really good blacksmithing, leatherworking, and tailoring plants can drop from these mobs while you're doing it. With that being said, though, that is pretty much it for this video. I do, however, have a lot of videos planned that's kind of similar to this one. I tried to focus a bit on farms that's usually a combination. Like, you're doing a farm where you can get some big ticket items, RNG based, but if you don't get jack shit, you will still make an okay, at least, gold per hour with something that goes on the regional auction house, like a material, typically. Anything that stacks, right? Because from feedback from you guys, that's what a lot of you guys want. You want to at least make a guaranteed portion of gold, but then also have the ability with like an RNG aspect that could make you a lot of gold if you're just lucky enough. So that's pretty much it for today's video. Don't forget to check out the VIP Discord and the 0 to 10 million gold guide with the links down below. And I will see all of you guys back in at the next one. But until then, bye-bye.